Well, this year is 40 years of occupation. A brutal, criminal, illegal military occupation. 40 years is more than enough. And in these 40 years, we saw Palestinians growing up and getting old, and also myself growing up and getting old. But it's not only 40 years of occupation, it's also 60 years of Nakba. And last week I was in Lebanon, in the refugee Palestinian camp, and I saw how the Palestinians are still living in Lebanon. And some week before I was in the refugee camp next to Amman, where the Palestinian Iraqi are living. So really, today I am here feeling ashamed of the responsibility of the international community that after 40 years they were not still able to implement the United Nations resolution. Everybody speaks about the United Nations resolution, but there is a clear double standard in the international community. No one is making the Israeli government to implement this resolution and to really make Palestinian people free to live in peace and democracy and justice like they deserve. But today I'm here to express all my solidarity and admiration and determination to the Palestinian people of the Bil'in village, because they are doing something absolutely unique, even if there are so many other struggles like this. But not only to the Palestinian people, to the Israeli people who are here today, but for 2 years and for so many years are resisting also against the occupation. And really my admiration is to both of them, to the Palestinian people who resist like a miracle under this brutal occupation, and to the Israeli people that with the Palestinians are saying, stop the occupation, stop the wall, occupation is killing everybody, Palestinian and Israelis. And really, I'm thinking today, and it comes to my mind because I saw so many people that I met in the first Intifada, that when yesterday one Israeli journalist asked me, what does it mean to you, Bil'in? And is the same non-violent popular struggle led in Bil'in? Did you remind to you some other struggle? Yes, I said, yes, of course. It reminded me the first Intifada. Because the first Intifada, it was a great event, historical, fantastic event. When you met young people, they were even shot by the soldier, but in their eyes they had the joys of recognizing themselves as Palestinians. And not only that, at that moment the flag was the Palestinian flag, not Hamas, Fatah. The recognition was the Palestinian flag, and under that flag people and young people were recognizing their strong identity and saying, here we are, here we stay, we will make our own liberation. And it reminded to me also another struggle, which to me it seems like Bil'in, which is the struggle that people in Bet Saur were done for so long time. They were refusing the Israeli identity card. They were making civil disobedience. A new generation of Palestinians came about in Bet Saur, Beit Jala, and these villages. And for months they resisted the brutal violation of the military soldier in Bet Saur. And they said, no, we don't take the idea. We are Palestinian, we want to be Palestinian. And we refuse to pay the taxes. But to me, it reminds, to a certain extent, Bil'in. Why? Because that struggle was not supported completely by all the Palestinian political forces, by all the Palestinian society, and not even by all of us, even if some of us were there with them trying to stop the soldier when the soldier were taking out the furniture of the people in Betsaur who didn't pay their taxes. But we are still here today. We are still here, and the Bil'in is really representing a symbol of popular non-violent resistance, because resistance is not to shoot to some soldier sometime. It's also, I don't blame, the Palestinians have the right, according to the International Convention, also to have military action, not to have suicide attack, because it's not even in any convention. But it's not that the question. I think that the question of this form of resistance is something which can appeal the world and can have the result. The same journalist was asking me, but in these 2 years of struggle, the wall is still there, and not only still there. I saw yesterday, coming to Palestine, after 2 months I was not here, what's happening just in El Ram. I can see how, and I wonder to myself sometimes, who is the perverted mind who make up this wall? How can they go around? How the international community can believe the Israeli government when they are saying this wall is for security defense? Just have a look, come and see what it is. It's not only an annexation wall, because it annexes new land. And this is the strategy of the Israeli government, not from now, from the foundation of the State of Israel, to get as much land as they can. And that's what we understand because we are here, but that's what we have to work to make the international community to understand. Because this war is not only annexing land, it's destroying, and you know very well, the Palestinian life. Dividing Palestinian from Palestinian, it's illegal according to the international community. And the international community didn't do enough to stop the war, because the war is going on. And now, even now, in a moment where there seems there can be some possibility of dialogue and peace, Olmert is playing the same game. Olmert is taking time and making fact on the ground. And we have to go on anyway, to dialogue, to work, to discuss with them, because the only possibility is to have negotiation. But we have to be very strong and very determined to show that here in Bil'in the war is going on, that everywhere the war is going on, in the same time to be able to go on and ask for negotiation. But I feel, as Vice President in this case of the European Parliament, very much responsible for what's happening. And I assure you that inside the European Parliament there is every week initiative trying to make all the members of Parliament, because we are 732 members of Parliament from 27 different countries, to make them aware. Next week in the European Parliament there will be a presence of Fadwa Barghouti and Bassam Aramin to speak about not only the liberation of Marwan Barghouti and all the deputies from the Palestinian Legislative Council in jail, but also all the problem of the political prisoner, because nobody understands outside that there are more than 11,000 political prisoners out of a population 3.5 million. 11,000 political prisoners, and there are children inside. So inside the Parliament next week this question will be exposed.